Hey everybody, Chris the Old Ass Retro Gamer here, back again with another Top 3 Tuesday video. Today's topic are my top 3 first-person shooter video games. First-person shooters are one of my, if not my, all-time favorite genre. Everyone whines and bitches about like every game that comes out is a first-person shooter, at least from the last generation. Well, yeah, and I ate them all up. Even the Call of Duty games. Stop hating. They're great single player. I don't give a crap about online. There have been great ones across all generations. I mean, even going back to the Genesis. You ever play Zero Tolerance? It's actually pretty cool. My third favorite first-person shooter is a game that came out for both the PlayStation 2 and the OG Xbox, Black. I talked about this in a previous video, my PlayStation 2 Diamonds in the Rough. It was developed by Criterion Games, who made the Burnout games, some of the Need for Speed games, and Star Wars Battlefront 2 that's going to be coming out, I think, this Christmas. But this is like playing a Michael Bay action movie. Like, everything explodes. Everything can explode. Everything that will explode, can explode, will explode, has exploded, should explode. Explode. Boom. It is a super intense first-person shooter where you play as a guy in a Black Ops unit and you're just going around destroying everything that you see. Everything about it is almost perfect. The controls, the visuals, the AI, everything. I think there's music in here too, but you really can't hear it over the sound of everything blowing up. This is like the psychotic cousin of the Call of Duty games, but it's fantastic and it is a lot of fun. My second favorite first-person shooter is Halo 4. I know a lot of people would probably pick the first or the second, or one of the games that was developed by Bungie in the series, but I picked the first one developed by 343 Industries. Why? Because of the story. All the prerequisite first-person shooter stuff that was a staple of this franchise are all in here, amped up a little bit more. You have a whole new set of weapons to choose from because now you have a new enemy to fight, which are these Prometheans. And the Covenant is still in this, don't get me wrong, they're still here. The story of Halo 4 is fantastic and very, very emotionally involving. Why? Because it's dealing with the death of Cortana, your sidekick through the entire franchise. Plus 343 also amped up the visuals. I mean, they looked great in Halo 3 and Halo Reach, but damn, in Halo 4, everything just looks so much better. There's some animations, especially the opening cinematic with that female doctor. I mean, she looks almost photorealistic. It is insanely beautiful. But everything is fast. The designs of the environments are fantastic. The music is great. Because Bungie wasn't developing this one, 343 brought in Neil Davidge, who was a film composer, to create the music for this one. But it's beautiful to look at. It plays smooth as silk. I never saw any slowdown. And the ending was like a punch in the gut. I did play a little bit of the multiplayer in Halo 4 just to try it out, and it's just as I would expect. Lots of little kids screaming racial slurs and crap like that, which is the kind of shit I don't need to deal with when I'm playing a video game, so that's why I avoid online multiplayer. But it was okay from what I saw. This is such a phenomenal game in the series. It really showed that Bungie wasn't the only one who could develop a Halo game and make it awesome. 343 knows what's up. And they sort of continue that in Halo 5. Halo 5 I thought wasn't nearly as good as this, but it was entertaining. But Halo 4 is where it's at. And lastly, might be more of a predictable number one choice, but what can I say? It is my favorite first-person shooter of all time. Doom for the original PlayStation. My dad had a copy of the shareware version of Doom back in the day, and I played it on his PC all the time. I thought it was awesome. That does not even compare to this PlayStation 1 port. It's a combination of the original Doom, Ultimate Doom, and Doom 2. Lots of great level design. Some of them were changed a little bit, but, you know, who really cares? Because as long as the game is still fun and works and is playable, lighting effects, music that is amazing, faster frame rates, everything about this one is so much better than the PC version. 50 levels of blocky first-person shooter goodness. Do you remember Club Doom? A lot of people were always concerned that how are you going to control a first-person shooter with a controller? It takes a little getting used to, I will admit that. Back in the day, I had a little bit of an issue getting used to how the controller was laid out, but once you do, it is like second nature, and basically it set everything up for every first-person shooter on like the PlayStation 1 and some of the other consoles that were around at the same time used from that point on. Hearing an imp squeak from around the corner is still kind of frightening. I will admit, after all these years, it still gets me. And I'll get like little goosebumps whenever I hear it. I mean, honestly, if someone were to make that sound now... Call the police. But it doesn't get much better than this as far as I'm concerned. I love Doom. I will always love Doom. I have always loved Doom. I shall always want to love the Doom. And this will always be my favorite version of it. The new version of Doom, though, was a close second choice. It was a toss-up between this and the current generation version of Doom, you know, like Doom 4. but I had to give it to the classic because I'm the old-ass retro gamer. That's how I roll. And there you go, my top 3 first-person shooters. What are your top 3 first-person shooters? I want to know. Please make a response video if you are up to it, and leave me a link in the comment section below. I would love to see what your choices are, because that's what Top 3 Tuesday is about. The whole gaming community on YouTube coming together as one. So until next time, I'm Chris, the old-ass retro gamer, signing off.